What if I told you there was a delicious way to reduce your carbon footprint by 73%? Would you make that small change? We as individuals have a tremendous amount of power in our hands to make a positive difference to our planet, our health, and animals. And this fuels my passion to share the research that I've done over the last 15 years, transitioning to a mostly plant-based diet with my family. Most of us love the taste, smell, and social experience of eating meat, cheese, fish, and eggs. I ate meat until I was 28 years old. So why am I encouraging you to make plants the hero on your plate? When I considered going vegetarian, I dreaded the idea of replacing tasty meat with bland salads. There are countless delicious plant-based recipes. Here are a few that we eat at home. Poke bowls and potato salads, gnocchi bakes and jackfruit tagine, sausage rolls, fajita bowls, mushroom bolognese with smoked tofu, yummy, mushrooms with chickpeas and kale, vegan meatball platters, eggplant bakes, sushi, pad thai, banana bread muffins, healthy date bars, chocolate banana bread, sponge cakes with strawberries, to name just a few. We do not have to give up on great food. The three main reasons that most people eat less animal products are: number one, their health; number two, the environment; and number three, animal welfare. If we are not eating according to our physiology, we are more likely to get sick. So we need to ask the question, are we herbivores designed to eat at least 97% plants, or are we omnivores designed to eat both? From the research I've done, it's clear that we are in fact herbivores. Our digestive systems resemble that of apes, who very rarely consume meat. Carnivores' intestines are 3 times their body length. Herbivores and humans about 9 times our body length. Herbivores, like humans, have to consume or eat their vitamin C. Most carnivores and omnivores make their own vitamin C. Carnivores have canines that protrude and are sharp for tearing meat. Our canines don't protrude and look more like the flat teeth of a horse. Herbivore jaws move from side to side. Carnivores and omnivores don't. Carnivores have hinge joints, allowing a wide opening, unlike herbivores. Carnivores swallow their food whole. Herbivores chew and start the digestive process in the mouth with saliva that contains digestive enzymes. Carnivores have much larger stomachs, allowing them to gorge once a week on meat. Herbivores, like us, have much smaller stomachs. Carnivores and omnivores drink by lapping, herbivores by sipping. Carnivores cool themselves by panting. We cool by sweating. Blocked arteries affects only herbivores. Dogs, cats, and lions can eat saturated fats and foods high in cholesterol, and plaque does not develop in their arteries. Study after study shows that the more animal products we consume, the more likely we are to fall sick and even die from our top 15 killers. Finland, after the Second World War, had the highest rates of mortality from heart disease, so they converted dairy farms into berry farms. They saw an 80% drop in cardiac mortality, an 80% drop. The largest study on diet and cancer ever done showed the incidence in all cancers combined was lower in vegetarian compared to meat eaters. What happens if we put cancer on a vegan diet? They dripped vegan blood on cancer cells growing on a petri dish. The blood of those on a vegan diet was 8 times better at suppressing cancer cell growth. Fewer cataracts, the leading cause of blindness. Weight loss. With obesity so prevalent in our society, it's proven, as you can see in this graph, that the more animal products you eat, the more overweight you're likely to be. Energy. My husband did an experiment going vegetarian on and off every month for a year. His energy levels were much higher the months he was vegetarian because plant-based foods digest much quicker. It takes a huge amount of energy to digest animal foods. Lactose. 65% of the world is lactose intolerant and suffer tremendously from digestive issues. We are not designed to drink milk as adults, and many suffer especially with skin problems, asthma, coughing, and nasal congestion. An alternative is plant-based milks and cheeses. They are full of goodness. Soya, almond, coconut, oat milks, and cheeses made from potato and corn, coconut oil, olive extract, paprika, carotene, and vitamin B12. These are delicious ingredients and they are good for you. Manliness. Men on a plant-based diet have a higher level of testosterone. Strong men. The gladiators, surprisingly enough, were vegetarian. One of the strongest men in the world, holding a Guinness World Record, is Patrick Babormian, a vegan. We do not need animal protein to be strong, he says. Have you ever seen a buffalo eat meat? The scent of a man. Who doesn't love a man who smells good? Studies show vegan men have a more attractive scent to women. They blindfolded candidates during the experiment. Are you worried about your children being short and not growing tall on a plant-based diet? Don't forget the tallest animals on earth are beautiful giraffes. A study done on 1,765 children showed that on average, Adventist vegetarian children were taller than their meat-consuming classmates, 2.5 centimeters for boys and 2 centimeters for girls. Protein. A plant-based burger can often have more protein than a beef burger. The Beyond Burger, which is 100% plant-based, has 20 grams of protein versus a meat burger at 19 grams. The longest living humans on planet Earth are found in blue zones. Each of these 5 populations follows a plant-based diet with 95 to 98% of their daily calories coming from whole plant foods. A herbivore is classified as obtaining at least 97% of its calories from plants. So we could consume meat once a week and we could safely fall into this category. So let's move on to our love of animals. One has to ask, is there really a difference between a dog, cat, cow, pig, or horse? Animals experience the same fear as us. All animals want to live. 150 to 200 species of plant, insect, bird, and mammal life become extinct every single day. We are down to 4% of our natural wildlife because farm animals and humans are now 96% of all species on Earth. We are the highest intelligence on Earth with dominion over the animal kingdom to take care of it. 50% of people would rather go vegetarian than kill their own dinner. A prank in a supermarket clearly showed people's true emotion when they were led to believe a pig was being minced on the spot to give them fresh pork sausages that they had ordered, and they were outraged. When we handle plant-based food, something inside of us smiles. If you take a dog or a bear into an abattoir, it would lick its lips because they are carnivores and omnivores designed to eat meat. But as humans, something inside of us feels discomfort when we see blood and slaughter. Some people believe free-range chickens are okay to eat. Thousands of chickens walking in their own feces crammed into large feeding pens for their whole life, never to touch grass or see the sky. If you're a follower of the commandments, thou shalt not kill. This is very much in line with the teachings of love and non-suffering found in most religious texts. The organization PETA, which stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, clearly defines that animals are not ours to eat. They are not ours to wear. They are not ours to experiment on. And they're not ours to use for entertainment, and they're not ours to abuse in any way. If you have a dog or a cat that you love, I encourage you to spread that love further. So let's move on to the environment, our beautiful planet Earth. Every second, 1.5 acres of rainforest is lost to create more space for animal agriculture and their feed. In North Carolina alone, there are 2,000 pig farms with catchment areas sometimes the size of 4 football fields, collecting urine, blood, and feces. These are seeping into clean waterways, creating ocean dead zones, places where nothing but algae will grow. Clouds are no longer forming like they used to over deforested areas, which is affecting our weather patterns. Not only is this industry warming up our planet, it also causes ocean acidification, which makes our oceans uninhabitable to marine life and kills off entire reef ecosystems. What I learned is there is no such thing as killing fish sustainably. And if fishing trends continue, oceans will be desolate in less than 30 years. 1 acre of land can feed 14 times more people on a plant-based diet than the standard American diet of meat, eggs, and dairy. If we did turn to a plant-based diet, 5 billion football fields of land could be returned to forest land, which is important considering in our lifetime, we've cut down half the trees in the world, and at this rate, we have only about 40 years left before we destroy all the trees. 50% of our natural resources are used for animal agriculture. That's our precious water, our land, energy, our trees, our clean air. We only need 5% of these natural resources to sustain a plant-based diet for all of humanity. And it takes 2,000 liters of water or 10 drums to produce 1 beef burger. You could start by substituting your next beef burger for the veggie option. We were given an incredible ecosystem in which to live, but we are destroying it every single day by the choices that we make. Due to the land shortage, we are squishing into tiny houses and sky-rise buildings. But imagine we could all live in comfortable houses on a large property surrounded by nature, if only we chose to eat more plants. Even if for 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month, we support and celebrate our combined effort in a fun and challenging way. My name is Heather Drummond. My research is available on request, and if you have been inspired by what I've shared today, please do join our growing community who celebrate every single step towards wellness and sustainability. Thank you.